Hi everyone and welcome back. It is Friday, 12th of May. We're going to go ahead and get this week wrapped up. The announcement first, the daily news is up. The link is in the description box for this video per usual. Or you can send an email to yourangelic@gmail.com for purchase options. I'm also doing donation readings over the weekend. Those of you that are interested, you already know to send in that information is in the description box also. So let's go ahead and look at the overall energy for today. Let's see here. Show me the overall energy for today. Overall energy for today. Let's see. We have go the distance. Something is to be completed. Completed. Remember, I talked about that on Monday in this soul contracts video. Is going the distance, completing something. This could be at the mundane, practical level. You're completing something, or it could be something a little bit more significant. We have Lower Hearts here. This is you. And but this is the finish line, and this is a connection. I don't know what this connection is about. It's going to be different for all of you. Remember, this is how we started off on Monday. I feel that we had Lower Hearts as the first card. This is very high vibrational. This is exaltation here because both are crowned. They see one another within one another. There's a lot of equality, maybe a lot of mutual respect. Their owls represent wisdom, and wisdom is gained through experience. Both having wisdom, maybe differently because paths are unique to the souls that are walking it. But there's that recognition there. So there's something that is being the finish line here is what I'm getting. I associate this and you have TikTok. This is time. Remember, Saturn is back on the scene, ruling time. 30, that's a 3 about maybe some type of communication. So I relate this Lower Heart to twin soul energy. And I don't say twin soul a lot. And I've been doing this work for 7 years public. I don't use those terms loosely. This could be non-romantic or it could be romantic, but it's Lower Heart. So loyalty is proven through actions. And it will be both. Because they both are looking at one another, haven't had shown some type of loyalty to one another like that. This is very exaltation here. So let's see. These are souls that incarnate with one another throughout lifetimes in different ways. Romantic, non-romantic, whatever. You have TikTok, go the distance. So you're right on time. Saturn ruling time, 3D time. And also Saturn is obviously will be associated with the higher realms. Having a influence in that also. So this is about time here. Let's see. We have thinker. And flexible. You overthought something. You've been too flexible. This is the 19, this is the 10. You've maybe been too much willing to bend and mold yourself around something. And you need to sit down and think about that. Or you sat down and thought about it. And it's like, this is ending. Go the distance. This is the finish line of whatever this situation is about. This could be not regarding the situation. This could be something completely different. And then you have TikTok. Like something is completing. It's ending. Is... Your thinking is thinking about how flexible you've been. And it's like there needs to be a limit with that because this is the end like that, okay? Because I feel that some type of, this is a warning. You don't want to, because it's like you could take this to a different level of flexibility and it's going to put you in a position of maybe danger like that. Now, so you need to, it's like being overly flexible, being overly accommodating, being overly open, being overly willing. And then sometimes that could be damn dangerous like that. So, because this is Saturn. And as you got TikTok and going to this is the finish line, it's like, and you're thinking about how flexible you've been and how it could be. Sometimes it's like, you could take it overboard and you could find yourself in a dangerous situation. You take it overboard, you could take like that. Okay, you're done with that. It's the end of you carrying that vibration. You gain wisdom. This is your point of wisdom. You already have wisdom, but this is your point of growth about certain type of situation specifically. It's like using your brain power is what it is here. In a path that you've been on that taught you to do that. That willingness to be so nice and flexible and go into situations uninformed and letting your heart lead you. Okay, somebody could be about to walk into some type of danger or could be put in some type of dangerous situation. Like that is what it is here. But this is over. This is over. Like that. Okay. And I guess this is that light bulb moment for you waking up and understanding that that way of being, which is a way that you were in the past, isn't conducive for your safety. Like that. It may get whoever, whatever, what they want, but it won't get you what you want, especially if your best interest and high interest hasn't been proven to be utmost for them. Like that. So no, in this lower hearts, then would be you looking at your own self in the mirror and the wisdom that you gained. Other you, this is somebody that maybe cares about you and they've proven it. Loyalty is proven. It could be romantic, non-romantic. This could be your higher self or it could be a human. It could be whatever. Like that. So this is what we have here. But this is a lesson that is over with TikTok. Stand in front of a mirror. Yeah, this is you. This is you. This is you. Okay, this is you. Stand in front of a mirror and say to yourself, I am worthy of all the good things I dream about. You are. You are worthy of them. And I feel that when you feel that you're not worthy, or when people try to make you feel that you're not worthy, because they feel that you'll be flexible, you'll be willing to bend and mold yourself around them and accept anything and go into things uninformed and accept crumbs, accept this. You'll be more willing to do this, that, and that. When really you are the worthy and they're the one getting the prize. But they construct it where, or you all have been on paths where they construct it where that's not the case and you feel that they're the prize. So you'll be willing to mold and bend and shape and mold yourself around them and go with their flow, and sometimes it could put you in a position of danger. Like that is you're the wise one. This is you looking at yourself, looking in the mirror and seeing things clearly, and this is the completion of you being under that mode of operating. A lot of people may not like you completing that mode of operating because it won't be beneficial for them, because then they have to treat you as an equal, and if they can't do that, it won't be beneficial for them, and if they do that, they feel it won't be beneficial for them. Like that, you all have that. This is you being loyal to yourself. That's the mirror. This moment is the foundation for exactly. I just had a call, so I know this is already early in the reading, that movements and it's not going to be on. This moment is the foundation for all future moments. As a new and exciting possibility. Okay. In the moment. This is about being in the moment and being there, but lower heart, but also using wisdom like that. And you have a lot of wisdom based on the experience that you're coming out of and you're completing and finishing up. Something is being finished. A mode of operating, a mode of being. It doesn't resonate with you anymore. The mode of operating and the mode of being doesn't. It doesn't resonate. You've lost interest in what it brings you, and you just lost interest for the energy. And the energy has lost interest for you because the path is over. This is going the distance. This is the finish line, and it's tick-tock right on time. Okay. Now, be curious in your everyday life. React with interest to everything new life presents you. Curiosity will open your mind for new possibilities. Tick-tock. Now, remember, you've always been flexible. You've always been open. But remember, you've been in lesson about where it could carry you, how people could play on that, and you could become more and more insignificant in their eyes. But they can get what they want. We're speaking romantic and non-romantic. It's like, so you've already done that, but now you're doing it with wisdom, like that. And sometimes when you apply wisdom, people can feel that now you expect to be treated equally, and they could fall away from your life. And that could be what needs to happen. So is those types of things. So you're open to new possibilities, as you've always been. That's why you've been flexible and willing to mold yourself around people at the low vibration, even limitless, doing that, and it makes them happy. Because it means that you will go into things and accept things without question, and it makes them feel superior. And it makes you feel inferior, but you're the one that is bringing the value into the situation, or demonstrated the value that you are into the situation. That's finish line done. Now you're open to new possibilities also, but you want to be informed. You have wisdom, or you don't, and they can go because you don't have any interest. The interest is lost for those types of situations. The interest is lost for those types of people. The interest is lost for those types of experience. It doesn't hold any interest. It doesn't hold any value like that. And that's romantic and non-romantic. That's why you have a thinker here, and the thinker is next. Now is the time to start doing what's good for you. Don't wait any longer. Life has an expiration date. Yeah, wasting your time, is obviously people are not aging backwards. And you don't want situations coming to you after it's rotten and spoiled and can't do anything but sit there. You don't want dry experiences or all that type of stuff. You're past that now. You're done like that. You waste your time being open and flexible to the wrong things at the low vibration. There's a limit on it, and that finish line is the limit. That tick-tock with Saturn. It's like done, and you lost interest for being that, doing that, experiencing that, being involved with that, having those types of exchanges. You're apathetic regarding it. It's apathy, not interested, disinterested. It's like when there's situations, you're excited about the situations, but the situation itself or the people, romantic and non-romantic, is they're low vibrational, and they play on your lower vibrational energy of you being flexible and open. So it drains the excitability out of it. It doesn't plug in how you're excited about it, they're excited about it, and it gets off the ground. It drains it all out, and then you just lose interest and lose interest and lose interest because they feed off that excitability that you had, because you're the one with worth. You're the one bringing the energy. Your flexibility, willing to mold and change yourself and open to this and nice with that and forgiving with that and forgiving again and forgiving again. They feed off that energy. So it drains all little by little. You'll be losing interest in the experience, the energy, romantic, non-romantic. So it would be where, and it just holds no value. You're finishing this cycle up, these cycles, no matter what they're encompassing. No matter what the details are about it, it's just the finishing of it. So and you waste time. You realize that you wasted time. You lost the interest because there was no reason for you to be interested anyway. It was just your own energy. It would be, so you're done. Don't wait any longer. Finish line, tick-tock, like that, and the thinker. That's your mind has opened. Okay, now we have flexible. In these situations, they can, romantic, non-romantic, the people or the experience can keep you caught up in it to all of that. When it's time to catch it and both work together, you and the experience, or you and the person, or you and the people, or whatever, they drain all the good stuff out of it, and then they'll come to you and expect you to be flexible and accept that too. It's like, hell damn no. It's like, no, you're done with that. And then you're like, as if they were the prize, but you were really the one breaking the energy. It's like, no. And now their energy is, or the experience itself is like, it's a loss of interest. Like that. It's a loss of interest. It's not there anymore. Because when you had the interest in the experience of the person or the people, they didn't do their part to keep the momentum. It's like these situations weren't supposed to work. That's why you have finish line, you have tick-tock, and you have now that your time is of value, and not to wait any longer for things to change or things to shift. You don't want it to change because you kind of see what they'll be wanting you to be flexible and accept. And hell no, there's limits to all things. And they've already pushed their limits, and you already been too flexible and open. You already given them too much leeway. That's why they were thinking they could you give them an inch, they take a mile, as opposed to them appreciating and all. No, romantic, non-romantic. Don't force things to happen when you want them to happen. Let things unfold when you're in the world are ready for them. Be patient. Exactly. So you were flexible, and they were controlling. You were molding yourself around them controlling. They were being controlling, so you had to be flexible and mold yourself around and all of that. Maybe they were trying to hold off. Maybe they were trying to hold back. Maybe they were trying to romantic, non-romantic experience itself. This was an experience created, romantic, non-romantic, so that you can learn a lesson and you learned it. They would have been control the situation, trying to control you, because the more flexible you were, the more energy you give off. And maybe they were feeding from that energy. And then they come to you when, hell, the experience is 1,000 years old now, or the interest is gone, because they would have played this for a long period of time. The role of being controlling, I guess, could have made you give out more energy. Like that. It's like pursuing something and it running or being controlling and holding back and withholding or whatever, and it do it past the expiration date until you just lose interest, but it takes a long time for you to get there also. And then it comes to you and you don't know anything about it. It's not, but it knows everything about you, but you don't know anything about it because it spent most of the time being away from you or going away from you or being controlled and holding back. So it's like you just lose interest because there was no reason for you to have interest in the beginning because it wasn't healthy. You know? And then experience comes to you, but you've lost interest in it. It didn't sell itself to you, but it knows everything about you and the energy that you can give off when you want something and how you are. It knows more about you than you know about it because it was focused on withholding from you or restraining or controlling the situation. And then it can wake up and say, oh, well, now I'm ready to experience the person or whatever, but you don't know anything about it because it was busy controlling and running and holding back. You will be put in a dangerous situation. And you're thinking about that like that. So is what I'm getting. Now, let's move on. And maybe the experience of the person, because this is created experience, so you can learn things that they're so much of value, because maybe you made them feel that they were of value. Because you were probably pursuing the experience, waiting for the experience, molding yourself, being flexible with the experience. So they feel that they don't have to sell themselves. You should just be ready because they're ready now. Hell no. 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 These situations aren't supposed to come into fruition. Show me the practical matters. There's a loss of interest. This is the finish line. This is done. Show me the practical matters. And what I mean by practical is anything that you are experiencing. These are lessons. The hangman. This is different perspective. So you see things from a completely different perspective with the hangman. We have the Six of Pentacles. That's giving and receiving with the Six of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles. This is about work and practical matters. Some of you can have a change. Yesterday, on Thursday, remember every Thursday I'm doing your spiritual court, your man's court, and your money blockages. I was doing them last night like that. So it's like this is change. This is also changing perspective or waiting. This is having to wait for something. This is system about giving and receiving. We have the scales of balance. So this could be that. This is something you could be receiving some type of lump sum or windfall. Saturn is back on the scene, even though Mercury retrograde isn't complete yet. It will be complete on Sunday if I'm not mistaken. But the energy was already felt early this week for me specifically, and for you all also that are sensitive to the energy. And I told you all that Saturn, you can get accustomed to these Aces of Pentacles. So here they are again. This Six of Pentacles is about balancing and receiving, but it's also about the sixth house of Virgo. That's your work. And you have a change, a shift in your perspective, or there's a change that's waited for. This is usually about a change of perspective of seeing things differently. It's enlightenment. Or it could be the mundane level practicality waiting. So something you all have been waiting for at your job. Here it is with the Ace of Pentacles. Raise, promotions, lump sums of money, signing bonuses are here also. This is financial contracts also. Some of you could be court related because the scales of justice are here. Some of you could have been in karmic situations. I talked about soul contracts Monday in the video titled Soul Contracts. About new soul contracts being going into soul contracts ending. I stated some of you 2 soul contracts. Okay, go back to the video. It's titled Soul Contracts. Okay, this is what is happening. Now, then you had a Four of Wands. Some of you could be purchasing a home, selling a home, something like that. Something very happy. Also, you all have marriage. The Ace of Pentacles for me, when it's with love, it's a marriage proposal. So this is an 1111 card. This would be you moving in with somebody or a marriage proposal here like that. It would be also, so if that's the case, something with you and your partner, you're changing your mind, or you have a change of perspective. This is enlightenment, because there's something with giving and receiving like that. There's something that the hangman is, maybe you need to look at something differently. The hangman is looking at something differently, change your perspective, seeing something differently, seeing the opposite the way you saw it before. There's something regarding that, like that. And then we had a hermit. The hermit is also introspection. Self-reflection is the hermit. Some of you have Virgo here. You have Virgo here twice. Some of you, this is about your job, accounting. Accounting could be the hermit. It also could be paperwork being looked at is the hermit, because it's the sign of light, looking at the detail, things like that. It is those types of things. But if this is romantic with this, it would be about, you have your major arcanas are the hangman and the hermit. Self-reflection, introspection. Some of you, before you go into something, you need to pay attention like that at what has been offered to you. This is the offer. You need to shine a light on it. Or it could be because of the first spread, you learned to do that. See, the Two of Swords. And the strength. You have restraint and the Two of Swords. Two of Swords like blocking and showing strength. Whenever I see the strength card, I know the devil is somewhere lurking. The devil is restrictive, oppressed, stuck. And then you have the Four of Wands. Again. And the Three of Pentacles. If you are waiting for some type of practical decision, okay, here it comes. You're up next. Okay, here it comes. Regarding some type of process, or if you are giving some type of practical decision, here it comes. With your job, you're great at what you do. This is you as the go-to person. This is people coming to you for something, your services. This is you on the bench. You could be training people, or this is people coming to you. These could be two different situations. Your romantic situation is a kind of, you're coming out of an energetic cycle romantically, and I'll just leave it there. With finances and work, money matters, things are looking up. There's that progression. Remember, Mercury is ending its retrograde in the second house of Taurus. We had a Knight of Pentacles, and we had a Chariot. Yeah. See, with financial things are looking up. Some of you have communication coming towards you, or something coming in that you've been waiting for. You're gonna see the practical manifestation of change. You're gonna see the practical manifestation of change is what I'm getting with this. So be ready for that. It's gonna be the practical things moving forward. The practical manifestation of change is here, is what I'm getting with this. With the law of hearts, that's mean you being loyal to yourself. You looking in the mirror, that was you in that aspect. Pay attention to what you are accepting. In general, romantic, non-romantically. A romantic lesson, there's no way you can be swayed or tricked anymore. Or be waiting or being willing to be overly flexible or overly giving or overly nice and going into things blindly. You're out of that energy. You've lost interest in it. Now is the experience itself. Because there really shouldn't have been anything that was holding your interest anyway. All that was you, all the energy. Everything you felt, it was because of you. You were feeling your own feelings towards yourself. You were giving somebody else the attention and putting them on the pedestal that you actually are on. Like that. That's that. That's why you had the lower hearts. You seeing yourself. Maybe you saw yourself in the other person. You saw what wasn't there. You were actually seeing yourself. Like that. You know, and maybe have been treating them during the good periods the way that you should have been treating yourself. Like that. So that's a lesson that's quite clear. Financially this is just the, already, because we do have Saturn, and with Mercury retrograde and Saturn, the energy of Saturn is only about reward now, because we've already done the hard work the last 7 years, and that cycle is over. The energy is already coming in. So you're going to see the practical proof, things slowly start to move forward financially. Some of you is not going to be slow. Some of you could be kind of quick like that. You'll see things coming through. And the only reason you will see it is because during Mercury retrograde, you didn't sit back. You did whatever work was bought before you with Mercury retrograde. I talked about that also with the new soul contracts video for Monday. You all allowed the energy to take and you did the actual work. Let's see. Show me. This is love and romance here with the red deck. Show me love and romance. Seven of Pentacles. Judgment. We had Judgment came up yesterday. So you all are making judgment calls. And it's not even a judgment. It's kind of funny. Even with the Thinker card, the lighter side of the energy is that it could be, some of you may start laughing. It might be kind of funny like that. The whole experience itself, or it's like, it's going to be kind of funny. Okay, here, you know, it is with judgment call. We had a Nine of Pentacles. Somebody could be obsessed with you all. We had a Nine of Pentacles. They could be trying to hide it, you know, or they could not be trying to hide it, but it's something is quite funny to me. And then we had an Eight of Wands, communication. There's going to be some communication going back and forth. Now, and then we have judgment. You're going to be making judgment calls. It also could be about somebody wanting a second chance, but it would be something that you've already invested time, energy, and effort into. You already given to the situation between the point of 1 to 7 years, like that. And it's like, it didn't shift because we're going back to the first spread. Because it wasn't supposed to, it was a lesson, and it's going to turn out to be quite funny, like that. It's a quite funny lesson here. So let's see. Now, you have the star. That's you as the star. Here, you know, the star, she has all the qualities and characteristics. Whoever you're dealing with, or whoever you'll be dealing with in the future, everything about you does it for them. You do it for them, and you don't even know how you're doing it for them, like that. You know, and so, you know, and unless it's a unhealthy vibration, they will be keeping that from you, so they won't be getting you in the end. Because you will lose interest. Okay. But if it's a healthy situation, this is you and this person are having some type of back and forth communication. This is you, the Nine of Pentacles, with somebody that is single. So you're single and available, and you'll be making a judgment call like that. You know, because the Seven of Pentacles is usually about investment of time, energy, and effort, and what you get out of it, like that. And this is the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles is when you invest a lot of time, energy, and effort, 1 year to 7 years, because Pentacle is practical, and you only get this out of it. So some of you can have that type of person around you. That situation could turn out to be funny to you, because that's what the finish line is. You know, with Mercury retrograde, people come back from the past. We go back to people from the past so that we can finish up what we started. With unhealthy relationships also, so we can learn the lesson and let the rest and be done with it. Okay, some of you have that with TikTok. You're right on point with the energy. With Mercury going direct. It goes direct on Sunday. So you all are wrapping up the past romantically, and in other areas also. So it will be the thinker has looked at the situation, what they involved, time, energy, effort, invested 1 to 7 years, and looked at what they got from it. And it's like, so, and it's going to turn into quite high vibrational funny like that, because you're healed and this lesson is over. You had the Hangman is where you gain the perspective, you see things differently, the evolution has happened, the experience and what you went through, it worked, and now you can like move on. And when Mercury goes direct, you will have your high vibrational experiences, high vibrational people coming into your life. You will most definitely deal with those experiences under your new vibration. That is quite different. So that's what we have here. So let's move on to the angel message. Trust. Now there's a situation that's causing for you to trust. There's a situation that you should not trust based on the first message, because I talked a lot in the first part of the reading about not trusting the situation in danger. That's a warning. Some of you may have been too trusting in the past. Some of you may have given somebody trust without them earning it, and they may have not appreciated and valued that and cherished it. They may have exploited it. Don't be too trusting, because I feel a lot of warning in this message. Because trust is earned, trust is gained. That's when that loyal heart turns into you and another person. Like that. And people know, because we're talking about adults, what they need to say, do, and how they need to present themselves in order to get your trust. Especially if they're sincere and honest and of high vibration, and your highest good is important to them. They would never give you a reason to doubt them or not trust them. And then people know when you're flexible and you're willing to go into things blindly and you're willing to mold yourself around them and you're willing to put them on a pedestal that they haven't earned and they'll see how far you'll take it, and they haven't gained your trust, and you should not give them trust. Something about danger is here. So you learned through wisdom. You learned abundance. There's your abundance. You had to know, something you need to say no to that is like, as it presented you, like you're just supposed to blindly follow because you may have been too flexible and too open. So people take that inch and they take, and you give them an inch, they take them out. It's like, no. So you have abundance. You don't trust the situation, and you shouldn't. You should say no to this situation. Whatever we're talking about. We have compromise. You've been overly compromising. It will be in a situation you were overly compromising. So when you're overly compromising, the people put more on the table and try to push their limits and push your boundaries. They don't appreciate it and say, well, maybe this, maybe I need to value this. Maybe They push it. Your answer to them is no. Because you don't trust the situation and you shouldn't. And they don't want to compromise with you. They want you in your own mind to put them on a pedestal, and you be flexible and just be willing to accept. The answer is no. You learned that lesson. You're finished with this cycle. You have yes here. Reconsider. You may be saying yes to something else. If something is to be reconsidered that you need to turn down, and you need to turn it down because there's a trust element, you should not trust it because they're not giving you any reason to trust anything good from the situation. Your own mind invented it. Okay, that's with the first spread. If somebody's wanting you to reconsider, they'll have to do a whole lot to gain and earn your trust and give you a reason to reconsider. And if they don't want to do that, you're fine with it because this is the finish line. This is a situation that is over, and you're going into great abundance, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, practically, financially, in every sense of the word, because you learned the lesson and you're going to be rewarded. And you have don't stop, so don't stop moving forward. Okay, everyone, that tidies up Mercury retrograde. The first Mercury retrograde since Saturn finished that 7-year cycle on March 7th, and it was very significant. It kind of cleared up the past regarding a very significant lesson that you all have learned successfully, and you're going to be rewarded greatly for it. Okay, everyone, until next time, thanks for watching. Bye.